Hi guys, Alex here with Inside, and today we're going to take a special look at a new waterfront project in Dubai called Bay Villas from Nakheel. So the project is located in Deira Islands, which previously were known as Deira Islands. And let's talk about briefly the islands, the development itself, as well as what it's good for from an investment or living standpoint, and then we'll take a look at some additional alternatives since this project has been in very high demand. Taking a look at the map here, so the Dubai Islands are these islands over here close to Maritime City, which I've spoken about before, which is one of the best areas in terms of investment in the coming 3-4 years. And Dubai Islands, from my perspective, is no exception. Why? Because there's only so many areas in Dubai that are on the water, that are not yet developed, that have a master plan, which gives credibility to investors and peace of mind. So this is a good thing. Now, remember, Nakheel also is known for developing the Palm. They're now building the new Palm Jebel Ali, so they're used to building waterfront property. They're also developing the iconic Como residences on the Palm, which the penthouse there sold for the highest amount ever. It was, I believe, over 400 million dirham for the top level penthouse. I think it was even 500. And so they're known for developing luxury grade property, as well as property in other segments. For instance, Naya in District 1, also beautiful apartments for slightly more affordable prices, also on the water, on a lagoon. Now, let's take a look deeper here to see where this project is and what the islands are all about. So there are several islands here, islands A, B, C, D, and E. And at this point, there's been a few launches here from Fakhruddin, from Metak, and Rix's residences over here also by Nakheel. And now, on this island, Island B, Bay Villas are taking up this bottom end of the island. So some of them are by the water, as you'll see shortly when we go deeper on the brochure. And there will be other residences built here over the coming years. So this island has been sold to an investor, and usually they have 3 years to build a property once the land is acquired from Nakheel. So we can expect to see things there soon. This island is supposed to have some, let's say, amenities, different sports courts, and there will be residential developments there as well. As to what they are, it's unclear at this point. However, the main developments right now are islands A and B. And as you can see, there's still quite a bit of land for developments to take place. And we're going to see additional launches here. Now, the value of this overall, let's say, location will depend on the entire location being built out. So for instance, when we talk about Palm Jebel Ali, it's a long-term investment, 5-10 plus years, because that's how long it's going to take to build out the entire area. Here, the timeline is, I would say, a bit shorter, closer to 3 to 5 years, and in line with Maritime City. So by 2027, by 2030, we should see this entire area almost entirely built out. And with every subsequent year, the value will increase. Now, another thing to note is when buying properties for instance, for resale, my recommendation to clients is that the minimum term will be at least 1 to 2 years prior to you being able to resell it. So things like 2 months or 6 months for a quick flip doesn't really occur. It's unrealistic. And so just keep that in mind, that more of the island needs to be developed, more of the infrastructure needs to be built for you to be able to generate a profit and resell it. This is important, as I just had a case where a client was promised something different, and now we're needing to solve this in unique ways. Let's take a look at the location again here. So we have the bottom end of Island B in Dubai Islands for this project. Here you can see this is phase 1 and 2, and phase 3 was also recently launched by Nakheel. And there are anything from 3-4 bedroom townhouses to 3 and 4 bedroom semi-detached villas, as well as 4 bedroom standalone, 5 bedroom standalone villas in the garden, and also 5 bedroom waterfront villas. Now the prices on these range from starting from 4 million dirham for the townhouses to a little bit over 5 million for the semi-detached ones, then 8.5 to 9 million for the 4 bedrooms in the garden, and then around 13-14 million for the waterfront bedroom villas. Now, it's important to understand, what are we comparing this to? For instance, for villas on the water, one usually compares to the Palm. So on the existing Palm, on Palm Jumeirah, the comparison is that these are almost half the price, if not more. So starting prices for villas in Palm Jumeirah are going to be 18 to 28 million dirham. And these are going to be significantly older buildings, with renovated villas going for upwards of 35, 40 plus million dirham. So by comparison, 4 million to 15 million seems like a bargain for something that's brand new. Similarly, we can compare it to Palm Jebel Ali, where the prices start at 18 to 20 million dirham for villas that are off plan. That will be completed in the next 3-4 years as well. So that's another thing to compare to. The handover for these villas is in Q2 2027, and we've actually seen a change in the payment plan as the phases have been launching, where it was starting with 15% down payment. Now that down payment is 20%. So overall, it's an 80-20 payment plan, as you can see here, with the expected completion end of 2027. Let's take a look at the project itself. Here we are looking at the waterfront villas. I already mentioned, yes, this is an aerial view of the Dubai Islands. And let's take a deeper look at the villas themselves. One additional advantage that Dubai Islands has over Maritime City is that it has obviously beaches, whereas Maritime City simply a boardwalk, still by the water, but this is quite an attractive feature. So another thing you'll notice is that most of the buildings and the projects on Dubai Islands tend to be low to mid-rise, versus almost everything in Maritime City, except for the areas built by Emaar at the very beginning in Port Rashid, are high-rises. And so it's a slightly different environment, slightly different feel when you have all the amenities, let's say, vertically integrated in a building, like in a high-rise, or you have them spread out, like here there would be a community center with a pool, a fitness center, a children's playground, but it's centrally located in a community and it's more flat, and you have obviously more privacy with the villas here. Taking a deeper look, you'll start to see some images. As can be expected, almost every area features views of the water. Whether you are in the villa or in the community centers, you can expect that Nakheel is going to capitalize on this. So here are 5-bedroom villas, bright, open. I think, the location speaks for itself, and Nakheel's quality in building and developing villas and luxury grade projects. It's no surprise that these are going to be, I would say, at a high business/luxury level. And the idea here is that for this price, you can't find villas on the water anywhere in Dubai, especially not on the beach. There are several types of villas you can choose from with different layouts. As you remember looking back at the master plan, you have the waterfront villas here along the shoreline. You have the townhouses semi-detached. You also have the 4-bed and 5-bed garden villas available in slightly different layouts, slightly different floor plans. But overall, you can see that it's a master plan community. And if you've been to Dubai, you know that that's a major benefit that you really usually realize only when you're there. So for instance, when you walk out of any Emaar building in Dubai Hills or Dubai Creek, you immediately feel like you're in a community where everything is interwoven together. And so this is an additional intangible or sometimes very tangible benefit when you're living there when purchasing property in Dubai, when it's an entire integrated community, in which case it is. Let's think about who this could be for. So easily from an investment and resale standpoint, this is a fantastic investment. Now, when I say resale prior to handover, usually I mean 2 to 3 years prior to actually reselling something. Expecting a return sooner than that is not realistic. So this can also be a longer term hold, because any property on the water will retain and grow in value over time. And this is no exception. Similarly for rentals, because this is so close to, for instance, Dubai International Airport, it's close to downtown Business Bay, this will be possible to even do short-term rentals on these villas, including daily, weekly, etc. And of course, from a living standpoint, this is a very interesting location. You have villas on the water. Now, one nuance I'll highlight is that because this is close to the airport, there can be some noise, which if you recall, Yas Island, similar to some projects like Gardenia there by the airport. Here, similar story. Now, if you're sensitive to noise, this could be a deal breaker for you, but this is highly different for everyone. When I lived in Manhattan, I got used to the noise so quickly that I didn't even hear it anymore. Now, it's important to note that the launch here has been very hectic with these because it's been in super high demand. People literally lined up for hours overnight at Nakheel's offices. They even had to cancel one of the launches because a fight broke out, police was called. It's been pretty insane. And even people who wanted to get villas haven't been able to get an allocation. So the question is what to do. Well, option one is we work together prior to these launches happening and use our relationships to secure your unit before the launch even occurs. So usually by the time a launch happens, things are mostly sold out. Second option, and this is another one that we're exercising with some clients right now, is using our back channels and connections to secure units that are not publicly available. This means going through our connections to different parts of the Nakheel, let's say, sales management team. It's through working with our partners and other people who've been able to secure villas. It's working with cancellations. So there are ways, it just takes a little bit more patience. However, it is possible. And of course, I want to highlight that let's think what the alternatives could be, even from an investment and living standpoint that we could consider. So one, for sure, Ohana by the Sea in Al Jerf and the Al Jerf area in general, between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Beautiful location on the water, similar priced villas. There's even villas up to 30 and 100 million dirham if you want to go higher end. That's also possible. Then we're talking about, for instance, the Acres by Miras in Dubai, which will also have beautiful greenery and water features. And so it's also an integrated community. We can also look at Saadiyat Lagoons in Abu Dhabi, at Ramhan Island, also in Abu Dhabi, and of course in Ras Al Khaimah, there's Falcon Island, one of my favorite projects from an investment and living standpoint. So let's summarize. Project Nakheel Bay Villas launched in Dubai Islands, here in Dubai. While there are alternatives, it's of course possible to see the appeal here from an investment and from a living standpoint. And if you're inspired by this video and you would like to work together, my specialty is in building people portfolios. That's my background, is fund management, portfolio management, and working with family offices and investment funds. And a lot of times my investors, my clients, are helping me or asking me to help them rebuild their portfolio here after liquidating it, for instance, in the UK or in Germany or other parts of the world. So I only work with people long term. I only look at it from a portfolio diversification standpoint, as well as helping people connect to the energy of the place where they live. That's one of my unique abilities, is I easily attune to energy and help others connect to it so they can sense how they're going to feel when they're in that location, which is possibly what you feel through my videos. Now, if any of this resonates for you and you'd like to work together, please reach out to me through the link below or through my Instagram or LinkedIn. Just say it's for Alex. I'll be happy to work with you to help you find your best optimal investment or investments. Even if it's exiting existing investments, it would be my pleasure to work with you. If you want to move here, also happy to look at it from a living standpoint. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Alex. I'll see you next time.